What if I told you that your favorite barbecue might not be as legendary as you think? Get ready, y'all, because today we're diving headfirst into one of America's juiciest rivalries, Texas BBQ versus Kansas City BBQ. Two proud traditions, one smoking hot showdown. The ultimate question is, who does it better? Grab your napkin, loosen your belt, and let's settle this once and for all. Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Star Plate, the place where Texas flavor sizzles hotter than a July afternoon. If you love smoked meats, secret rubs, and arguing over who's got the best pitmaster skills, you're in the right spot. Today, we're putting two BBQ giants on the chopping block. Texas, the land of slow-cooked, salt and pepper simplicity, and Kansas City, famous for saucy, sticky, sweet perfection. We'll talk history, techniques, best cuts of meat, and even throw in some BBQ tall tales. You won't want to miss this one. Let's start by setting the stage. When you think Texas BBQ, maybe you imagine a weathered smokehouse, oak logs piled up by the pit, a quiet patience in the air. In Texas, BBQ isn't just dinner. It's practically a religion. Across the state, from the piney woods of East Texas to the dry plains out west, barbecue means beef, big, bold, and unfiltered. Visit a classic Texas joint and you'll see brisket smoking low and slow for up to 18 hours, served by the pound on butcher paper. There's no need for sauce, just salt, black pepper, and good wood. The meat does all the talking. Kansas City, meanwhile, is a crossroads, a place shaped by people and flavors from all over America. Their BBQ is known for one thing in particular, the sauce. Sweet, tangy, sometimes even a little spicy. That thick tomato-based Kansas City sauce gets slathered on just about everything. Pork ribs, burnt ends, pulled pork, sausage, you name it. It's on the smoker and wearing that signature glaze. While Texas BBQ is about letting the beef shine, Kansas City celebrates variety and isn't afraid to pile on the flavor. But how'd we get here? Believe it or not, barbecue as we know it is rooted in old traditions, passed down and polished through generations. Texas BBQ traces its roots to the German and Czech immigrants who settled Central Texas in the 1800s. They brought their butcher skills, their love of beef, and a practical style, smoking leftover cuts to tender perfection. Over time, Texan pitmasters developed a minimalist approach, simple rubs, indirect heat, and a reverence for the beef itself. Kansas City BBQ, on the other hand, came up through the stockyards. Beef, pork, chicken, all fair game. Henry Perry, the so-called father of Kansas City BBQ, started selling slabs of smoked meat from an alley stand in the early 1900s. Already, he was using a spicy vinegar sauce. But as the tradition took root and grew, the sauce got sweeter, thicker, and more tomato-heavy. Along with that signature sauce, Kansas City BBQ means variety. Ribs, sausages, brisket, ham, and those famous burnt ends, crispy, fatty nuggets of flavor cut from the point of a smoked brisket. All right, let's pit them head to head. Starting with the meat, Texas BBQ is all about the beef brisket, fatty and juicy, with a near-black crust called bark, ringing the tender, smoky meat. Every bite should pull apart with a gentle tug. Central Texas joints make brisket the main event, though you'll see beef ribs bigger than your arm and the occasional jalapeno sausage link. Kansas City might do brisket too, but for them, pork is king. Baby back and spare ribs are smoked until they're practically falling off the bone, then shellacked with that sticky sauce. Their burnt ends are legendary for good reason, smoky, caramelized, and decadent. They also serve turkey, ham, and just about any meat you can smoke. Now, about the sauce. This is where things get heated. In Texas, especially Central Texas, sauce is often seen as a crutch, a last resort if the meat isn't perfect. If you ask for sauce at a real old-school spot, you might just get a raised eyebrow. That said, East Texas does love a little sauce, usually thinner and tangier than Kansas City's. Kansas City BBQ, on the other hand, is practically defined by its sauce. Sweet, smoky, sometimes with a hint of molasses, it clings to your fingers and leaves you licking your lips. Without it, some say, it just ain't real KC barbecue. Let's not forget the sides. In Texas, you're likely to get white bread, pickles, raw onions, and maybe some ranch beans. Simple, classic accompaniments, the kind that let the meat shine. Kansas City, though, goes big. Corn pudding, cheesy potatoes, spicy slaw, baked beans loaded with burnt ends. It's a feast fit for a party, but which one is truly better? Truth is, that depends on what you love most about barbecue. If you crave pure, unadulterated smoke and beef flavor that melts in your mouth, you belong in a Texas smokehouse. If you love the variety of meats, the tang and sweetness of that sticky sauce, and more side dishes than you can count, Kansas City's your town. Still, there's more that unites these two traditions than divides them. Both represent generations of family recipes, midnight smoke sessions, and communities bonded over food. Both are the result of creativity, patience, and a respect for good ingredients. And here's a fact for you. Despite the rivalry, some of the best pit masters in both states have been known to borrow ideas from each other. There are Texas joints experimenting with Kansas City-style sauces and Kansas City spots smoking brisket the Texas way. At the end of the day, what matters most? That first bite, when the outside world fades away and all that's left is you, a plate of barbecue, and honest-to-goodness flavor. Now, before we crown a winner in this ultimate showdown, let's settle this like true BBQ lovers. I want to know, where do y'all stand? Are you Team Texas or Team Kansas City? Or heck, maybe you've got a hometown BBQ hero that you think can take on them both. Drop your pick in the comments below and let me know why. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe before you go, because here on the Lone Star Plate, we live and breathe all things Texas and food. And trust me, you won't want to miss what we're smoking up next. So there you have it, the smoky, savory tale of two BBQ giants. No matter which plate you reach for, remember, the best barbecue is the one that puts a smile on your face and a little sauce on your shirt. This is the Lone Star Plate signing off. Y'all keep those fires burning and the good times rolling. See you next time.